Hey everyone, it's Jessica from Root and Revel. Today I am going to be planting some fall cabbage. So it is July 4th. Happy Independence Day, everyone, and it is a beautiful day here. We've been having super crazy weather. It was torrential downpours last night, the last couple of days, but right now it is about 85 and beautifully sunny. So it's a perfect time to get some of the fall vegetables started. Now, this is a 16 cell seed tray. I have used my organic black cow potting soil. This is the soil that I would normally use when I bring my vegetables out from the spring, where I start them in the house and I put them in the ground, or I should say I put them in pots. I use a different soil for my garden beds, but when I use pots or I use my canvas bags, which I use for like my tomatoes and my zucchini, I'll use the black cow potting soil. Now, I don't normally use this for seed starting. I would use like a homemade seed starting mix, and I'll explain that in another video what I use for that. But I figured, let me experiment, and I'll use the organic potting mix to see how everything does. Now, with cabbage, I am going to start them in these cells, and then I'm going to bring them in the house and let them germinate, and in a more controlled environment for the next 5 to 6 weeks. Then I will plant them in bags. But for now, I want to start with these varieties. And I also have just a couple of broccoli seeds in here, and so I'm going to save a couple of cells just for the broccoli. To see if it germinates, and maybe I could get some fall broccoli. I did actually start cabbage in the spring, but I didn't have any success. It germinated. The seedlings were strong. I did bring them out, and I put them in these canvas bags I keep on the patio, but nothing happened. And I don't know if it's because I didn't pot them up, which means that you take them out of these smaller cells and you put them in something bigger, like something like this. So potting up would be taking them out of something this size and then putting in something this size, which I didn't do. But I don't think that's the problem. I think the weather was so chaotic here in the spring, from getting hot to really cool and then super rainy. We didn't have enough time. So there are some vegetables I think I will only do in the fall, cabbage being one of them. So today I'm going to put these seeds in this starting tray. And so I have, right now I'm using full seed varieties. I have the Golden Acre here. So these are all survival seeds. Actually, I have 5 of these. So I have the Golden Acre. I have the Mikahili. This is the kind of cabbage you would use for kimchi. And then I have the Early Round Dutch. I have Red Acre. And I have Jersey Wakefield. Now, I love cabbage, so I'm going to plant a lot of it and see what happens. But yeah, one of my favorite vegetables, which is kind of weird. I grow so many vegetables, but cabbage is one of my favorite things to eat. Oh, great. I just got that everywhere. Hopefully not in the trays. But yeah, cabbage is one of my favorite things to eat. So I'm going to plant a bunch of it, see what happens. I also have this one from Park, which is the hybrid Katarina. And then I have my broccoli also from Park. So Park is one of the seed companies I order from their catalog. And then the survival I got from Amazon. So I like to experiment with different seeds, see how they do. It's a good idea when you're doing, any kind of seed starting. You keep track of like what you order, what works, what doesn't work, why it didn't work, and all that stuff. So I'll talk about that more in another video. But yeah, so this is what we're going to do. Basically cabbage, these all have different germination rates, but roughly anywhere from 5 to 12 days it takes for them to germinate in a soil between 75 and 85 degrees. Obviously out here would be better than in the house, but they'll be warm enough in the house. They won't be cold. It'll be steady. They won't be getting poured on out here and getting soaked, because they are in a tray, which would not be good if filled with water. And the planting depth is about 1/4 inch. So, you just basically, just a little tiny bit, put it in there, and then just cover them with soil. And that's pretty much it. And then once they germinate, again, after 5 to 6 weeks and they're strong, they're going to go into their final location, which is a canvas bag that I keep on the patio. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.